Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. We are live. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. How you doing, David? I'm just testing out my new rig here. I'm on my new rig. Actually, I bought a new webcam. I bought one of these, which I already have. I have one on my other computer, 920. It's a little older, but it's replacing my broken C910, which I think I fixed. I took it apart, didn't see anything loose, just tightened everything up. Seems like it's working. But this is a better camera anyway. I'm gonna hook this up anyway. So, how's my audio sounding there, Dennis? If you don't mind me asking, haven't used this mic in a while, and I'm strictly going. This is USB. I don't have an audio interface, and I'm using the built-in Realtek audio for my the headphones out right now. Yeah, this webcam kept on cutting out on me. So I assumed there was a short somewhere in it, in a cable. I took it apart. Hey, Brian, what's up? I'm just doing a quick little thing. I see Hack went 5 o'clock. He had to go early because of China. Skeptic is in the UK, so he started a couple hours early, and I was at work, so I missed it. Now I'm just doing a test. I'm on the Moose. This is the first time I did a stream. I'm on the new computer, so how's it look? And actually, let's see if the old camera cuts out on me. Look, it's not cutting out. It was cutting out before. Every time I moved the wires, I just took it apart and put it back together, and just tightened everything up. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm streaming with right now. And yeah, I'm gonna watch the replay a little. And I'm getting 2 more lights. Well, actually 3 more lights. I'm going to put one back in the back fan, the rear fan, and I'm going to put 2 in the ceiling there. And that'll be pretty cool. And sync them up all to that same color. Mic is cool. I can tell. You can feel somebody. This camera is working. I don't know, but ain't it got a short in there anymore? It's good. Anyway, hey Brian. Just doing a little quick test here on my new computer system. I got a what do I have here? A Ryzen 3800, and it's 3.9 gigahertz, and it turbos to 4.2, I believe. I got a EVGA GeForce RTX 2070 graphics card. It's got 8 gigabytes. I could never ever manage it, thinking I'd spend over $400 for a graphics card. Well, you can get the 2080 Ti for over $1,000, but it's going to help me do some video editing in DaVinci Resolve, and it has, because the last video I put up, and it does the when you're scrubbing, which you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't hesitate anymore, and this is really good. I'm really satisfied. So this is the first stream I did on the new computer. Hey, Pete, thanks for stopping by. Everything is good here. I just bought a new camera because I bought a nice C920, which is older, but it's still a good camera. I have one on my other one, and it's $50. It's like $20 cheaper than the C922, because this camera here, this is an old C910, which is still a decent camera. It just kept on cutting out when I moved the wires. So I saw a video where a guy he was taking a Logitech C920 apart. So it kind of worked the same way with this. I didn't see anything loose. It just tightened everything up, the connections. It's working now. It's not cutting out on me. So that's cool. But, yeah, I don't know about any new guitars for me now. This is it for me. I mean, I had this computer build, it cost me 1450. 1450 plus yeah, I said I had an EVGA graphics card, 2070, 3800X Ryzen CPU, 32 gigabytes of G.Skill RAM, 2x16. It's only at 3200 speed. I wanted megahertz. I wanted 3600, but I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't get RGB. I should have. Yeah, I'm really liking this RGB. I didn't think I would, but it's a little different. Probably not a whole lot different. I know it comes with what's that software? I forgot what that called. I can tell you what it comes with. That no one uses. It doesn't work real good. C922. C922. It's a little bit different. What does it come with? It comes with the C920 comes with it's 720 1080. This is still 1080. Yeah, and it comes with a tripod, which I don't need. I have tripods, and it comes with I forgot the name of that software. It used to be free. It's not free anymore. I can't find it. Streaming record. It comes with 60 frames. There's C9 delivers you. Yeah. It's not a whole lot of difference, but you'll see some tutorials where it might look a little different, but you can adjust the settings. But I'm surprised. Like I said, I thought this was broken. I took it apart, tightened everything up, and here we go. And it's like I said, 20 bucks more. I did use NDI a little bit. It was pretty cool because you could have OBS working on two different PCs, and then you could bring in the video from the other PC. I haven't messed with it in a while. And then if you got Skype, you can use NDI with Skype, but it's got to be a specific version of Skype because when I tried to get it, it would never work. But you had to have this like creator's edition of Skype, and it worked really good because when you have that NDI installed and using OBS, it's right there, and it sets everything perfect frames. Which Brian, you probably know all that stuff. Brian, when you're doing your streams, you're probably using. I mean, yours looks so good. I imagine you're using something better than a C920. At least it looks better than a C920 or any Logitech camera. Yep, the computer doesn't have to do all the work. Yeah, but this computer, like I said, this is a high-end computer for me. Are you going to do a stream tonight, Brian? I'll check it out. Yeah, this computer is going to last. Like I haven't had my last computer. Like I was hemming and hawing, should I just buy one from iBuyPower? Because, did I really save any money? Maybe not. But, when I looked at iBuyPower for the parts I put in here, I wanted the Asus X570 Tough Gaming and Wi-Fi motherboard. And that was extra when I priced it out on everything I priced out with the parts I used as close as I could match them up on iBuyPower. It was going to run like $1,900 and I paid $1,400 for this, something like that. But some of the things like their 2070 was a super, which costs more, so I don't have the super. But I have a better power supply. They were using like a house brand power supply. I have a Corsair, so that was more. I'm satisfied. And it's fun. And when I was building computers before, like which was 7 years ago, they didn't have ATX cases that were you could manage your cables in. If you saw my video, I mean, you look at it, you don't see any wire. It's hard to see in there now, but you're not going to see any wires. Everything is so neat. Everything is behind the motherboard. I don't know. I should take the. You can see it somewhat, but there's hardly any wires. I mean, everything is tucked neat away behind it. Now you're seeing some reflection, so you're not getting a good light. Actually, I'm going to take that up. I'm going to take the lid off. Hold on. The tempered glass side panel. I can't believe this camera is working. Huh? All right. Now I got to be careful. I don't want to break that glass. Yeah, and the ones that were good, they had good prices. Like I said, they had a different motherboard in there. I didn't want a micro ATX. I wanted a full ATX size. Not that nothing's wrong with them, but the ones they were selling for the good price was like an ASRock. I don't want an ASRock. Not that they're bad, because my last build had an ASRock motherboard in it. Okay, all right, I don't want to break this. I got to unscrew these things. I just put them hand tight, the screws for the tempered glass side panel. Here we go. I mean, it's fun building your own computer. It can be stressful, especially if it won't boot up. And I did have some problems. There are some flaws with the motherboard, which I'll. I don't want to break this. Put this where I'm not going to break it. All right, now you should be able to see better now. I don't have any other lights. Well, what I could do, I can brighten up the video some, let some more light in here. Let me do that. Properties, configure video, advanced settings. And let me see, exposure, see brightness. No. All right, you can get an idea. Now you can see it, although it messes up my frame rates. But if you can see, like, all the wiring is behind the motherboard, just about. And you get just real good cable management. Now, if I took the side panel off on the other side, you would see how I got it tied to the side of the motherboard. It's made that way. So this has got like perfect airflow. All right, I got to adjust that color again, or the brightness. We don't want that. Let's just go auto. There we go. Yeah, it's fun building your own PC. It's nothing hard. I mean, you just plug things up and then install Windows. But you got to go in there and mess with the BIOS. And I now with Ryzen being that it's a couple of years. I don't know how long exactly they've been out, but they've been out shortly, a couple of years or so. And this one just came out, I don't know, the summer, this version 3, Ryzen 3. So which one do you want to update the BIOS? And, the BIOS can be really tough. You don't want to mess up in there. And but they make it easy. You can upgrade the BIOS via, you put the BIOS on a USB stick, thumb drive, or you can do it directly over the internet. Hey Laz. Not to get you confused with Lars, like I was doing. But anyway, when I tried to update the BIOS the first couple times, it wouldn't see my internet connection, even though I was connected to the internet. And then I had downloaded it on a USB thumb drive, and it said not the proper BIOS, but it was. But eventually it saw that I was online. I was able to update the BIOS. So everything's running really good, and really impressed with this build. I'm really impressed. As a matter of fact, I ordered 3 more fans, and I wasn't into this RGB stuff, but it just looks so good. Good. So I ordered 3 more fans because the back rear exhaust fan doesn't have. It's not RGB. I don't know why, because the case came with 2 front ones. Yeah. So I'm looking forward. I got that on. It should be here in a couple weeks. I got it from Amazon, and I'll put the one in the back. I'll order a 3-pack, and then I'm going to put 2 on the top. So I'll be having color galore. But I like this blue. It's like a light blue setup. And actually, believe it or not, so the graphics card has an RGB light in it. The heatsink fan, the AMD heatsink fan, I'm using stock cooler. I'm not going to overclock. If I were to overclock, I would get a better heatsink and fan. But anyway, so I had to download 3 separate softwares. So I had to get the Asus for the 2 front fans. I had to get a Cooler Master one, believe it or not, for the AMD cooler fan. And then for the graphics card, there was a separate one. And I figured the one out for Asus, but I couldn't figure out the one for the CPU fan from Cooler Master. So a friend of mine, Brightech 09. Anybody has a computer problem, I want you guys to go to Brightech 09. He's out of the UK. I've known him for like 10 or 12 years. And he puts a lot of videos up on computer repair, and he knows his stuff. He's helped me more than I can imagine over the years. But he helped me. He set up the software so I could change the colors because I couldn't figure it out on that one. I mean, I saw what I was doing wrong, but. So who we got here? Music Therapy Laz. How you doing, Laz? And I was getting you mixed up with Lars Guitars, who was on. He was great last night on the Live Wires. And he needs to put more. He don't have a lot of videos out, but he's got some nice stuff. He needs to put more videos out. The only thing I don't have set up here too, and I will play the music off this. Now I got this mic. This is a good mic. This was back in the day. And this is probably about 8 years old. It was like for less than $70, between $50 and $70. It was ATR. What is this? ATR 2100 USB mic, and it was considered to be a cheap, decent USB mic. I don't know how it sounded now. I haven't used it in a while. And like I said, I'm just using the onboard Realtek audio coming out. But I'll hook something up to it. Maybe I'll hook my. Because I mostly do, you can see it there in the background where my thumb is. I mostly do because my Helix is over there, and then I got my Mackie Pro mixer. I might bring my Mackie Pro over here because I can still use my Helix as the whole deal, the whole audio interface, and I can still do my live streams with it. But then I wouldn't have any music over here. But or I might bring the Helix over here because this thing is so much powerful. This computer. I'm not sure. How does the video look? Because I'm not looking at through Ustream. I'm just looking at. Actually, I'm just still on OBS. Just looking at through OBS in the YouTube Studio. But I got the video muted, the audio and the video muted. So. Yeah, do that, Lars. I'll check it out for sure. I'm going to get back into doing some stuff, and I have been. I mean, I've been like for a month. I've been concentrating on do I want a new computer? Do I want to build one? Do I want to buy one? You're looking at the OEMs, and there's so many flaws with the OEMs. Not that doing what I would do would hurt anything. I was looking at Dell's, but they have bad airflow. I mean, their case designs are awful. And then the next best choice was like iBuyPower or CyberPower PC, which are similar. And even like that, for the parts I wanted, they would jack up the prices and stuff like that. And then, what if something's wrong? But everything's guaranteed too. But they don't. I think they don't cover shipping charges. So if I have something wrong. It's unlikely it's going to be every single part. I would just have to deal with the manufacturer. Let's say if I have a problem with a GPU, I just, deal with the EVGA. And same thing with the CPU. I just deal with AMD. Hey Terry, how you doing? Is it too close? I mean, I might have it too loud. This is dynamic mic. That's why, because as soon as you back off it, it's going to back down. But I have it up a bit, so I don't know. Is that good right there? Is that good? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, hey Terry, I guess you use OBS, right? You know how you set up, you can do it automatic configures. This configured it so it will use because it has the NVIDIA encoder for the graphics card. It did that automatically. Before it would never do it, and when I would try to do it, it wouldn't work right. This did it automatically. 'Cause this higher end graphics card, and because my internet speed, what's my internet speed? I don't have fast up to 10 megabytes up, but I have like 300 between 3 and 400 down. So, but I pay for it too. Yeah, it's fun building your. Well, Terry, you did your own. I assume you did. Yeah, you did yours too. And then you were the first one I saw with you had that, I think, the 2600, and I started looking at it because AMD, wow, they're back in the picture. Now I built AMDs back in the day when they had, remember the Barton CPUs. But then I started, my last builds were, like, say, 7 years ago, my i7, and they just, but and not to mention that it's fun. I mean, it can be stressful because there's quirks with every motherboard. I had, like I said, I don't know if you were in here, Terry. I had with these Ryzen's, you want to keep up top on your updating the BIOS, right? Because it hasn't been out like a couple years, and this thing just came out. I think the 3800X just came out this summer. So this when you benchmark and you compare this like with an i9, this will beat i9s on certain things, not everything. I think Intel still beats everything on like single core stuff, but this is 12 cores and 16 threads, I believe. But because when I was at, I got this, we had this this store of Micro Center here in the States. They're not all over the place, but they're a franchise. So they have one in Baltimore, about outside of Baltimore, about 40 miles from here. So I always get my parts there. But I'm going back and forth between an i9 or a Ryzen. I couldn't make my mind. Now, here's the benefits of this is, and the cons against Intel, like when they have another a CPU or a different CPU, you got to get another motherboard. With this, I can put faster CPUs in. Same thing with this. With this CPU, well, it'll work in a 450 board, an X450. One of these older Ryzen boards, AMD boards, and because I was going back and forth because the i9, it'll clock. I mean, you can get it at 5. You can overclock it to 5 gigahertz, right off the bat. This is only, like I said, I'm running 39. I don't overclock. I don't even know how to overclock. Well, I do, but I don't. Not that it's difficult, but I wouldn't want to overclock with the built-in or the. I got the CPU core that came with the AMD. Hey, Gussie, how you doing? So we got Gussie, Terry, Music Therapy, Laz, Dennis, Brian, Pete. Yeah, I just talking about my build, and I wanted to see how it would stream on my new system here. And I had trouble with my C910. I thought I had a short in it somewhere. I took it apart and put all the connections back together and tightened everything up. It's not shorting out now, and I bought this. Probably really didn't need to. But this is still, I'm going to use this. The 920 is going to be, C920 is going to be a little bit better than the C910. And Gary, how you doing, man? I'm on my new build. Here, look. I'm on my new build. Is that wild looking? I ordered 3 more fans. I'm going to put one in the rear exhaust. I'm going to switch that out. And then I'm going to put 2 on the top there. And I should be, and I like this color. What do you mean? One patch takes away a performance? What do you mean? One patch takes away a performance? Yeah, I was thinking about doing something. I figured, why have the money, spend the money, because I'm not going to be able to spend it after when I retire after this time next year. I'm not going to be able to afford Yeah, see, yeah, I think yeah, I mean, I do have a C920. I have it on my old i7, and I didn't really need to buy it because how many computers I'm going to be on one time. But it was cheap, $50. Thanks, Gussie. Yeah, and like I said, this mic here. Hey Terry, am I all right now? Am I not too? Am I over modulating or anything right now? Is this good? Yeah, I've used to do it a lot back in the. I didn't build a ton of them, maybe 20, 15, 20 over since like the early 2000s. Yeah, I went to school back in. Took a A plus certification class in 2001. But yeah, I learned more stuff on YouTube than I did at that class. But I was actually fixing computers or building them before I went to school. And then I used to fix a lot of computers on the side. And I don't know everything about them, but I did it on the side a lot. But I got out of it like, I don't know, 10 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago. I still do stuff for certain friends. But it got to the point where people, they don't even say, hi, how are you? They want you to fix their computers. I mean, it's people I work with. And, I mean, some people, they don't say a word to me. And then you get all kinds of crazy calls in the middle of the night. Why is my computer popping up going to these websites? Because you're going to the wrong website, and stuff like that. I really don't care though. I mean, I would help people, but I just. They can. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Everything has a flaw in it. If somebody wants to hack something, believe me, they're going to do it. I did. I hacked my wireless just to see if I could do it because I used to do a lot of Linux stuff, right, and have a lot of good utilities. Linux is an open source alternative operating system, and they have a gazillion distributions of Linux, and they had this one called, I forgot what it was called, Backtrack or something like that. It was a hacking utility. So I wanted to see how long it would take me to hack my Wi-Fi, and this is years ago. This is before they had all the stuff they have now. I forgot the different technologies. So it took me like, I used the easy password too. It took me like 20 minutes or something. Well, they figured out how to use the software. And everything's like command line based, which is a pain. But it was fun. But building I mean, I would, if you have patience, it's fun building your own machine. I mean, and there's like, I haven't did anything in 7 years, so I had to read up on it, mainly look at YouTube videos, and it was like, do I want to go Intel? Do I want to go with AMD? I'm going back and forth. But I think my first build in 2001 was like, it was an AMD. No, it wasn't. It was not AMD. It had a VIA chipset, but it had an Intel CPU. But I did build a couple AMDs. But this thing is rock solid. Like I said, I had trouble updating the BIOS. There's a flaw in this motherboard where it wouldn't see the BIOS on my thumb drive, my USB thumb stick. And it was the right one. A couple say not a proper BIOS. But finally, you could do it via internet, which it didn't see that, but finally it saw it in the updated BIOS. And now it's working flawlessly. But my friend, he had the same board. He had the same issue. And if you Google it, but hopefully it should be all right now since I got the latest BIOS update. Yeah, I know. But I know what you mean, Laz. Yeah, but this I like. I've been getting in. My little 5-minute videos. I've been getting into this video editing stuff, and I'm using free stuff, and I'm using DaVinci Resolve, which they have a free version. They have the paid version is only $300, but you still got a lot of capabilities in the free version. But even on my i7, it was, when you're editing stuff, you're scrubbing back and forth and stuff like that for your video, it would just bog down and slow down. So I did put a better video card than that. I mean, not like this, but I put it like a AMD RX 580 or something like that, and it did help. But this thing, my last video I put up, not my last live stream, but the last, just on this, I edited it in here with DaVinci Resolve. I think, of course, it's not a long video, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 5 minutes. It probably took me 5 minutes to render, where it might have taken me 20 minutes in the other machine. So I spent all this money to save 20 minutes. Yeah, you could say that. Well, whatever. But like I said, I haven't bought a computer. Well, I bought my laptop 4 years ago. But it's just fun. And everything's flawlessly. It's working flawlessly. I mean, I haven't been on it a lot, obviously. But I mean, ask Terry, he'll tell you. And I almost built something with your spec, with the 2600. Now you can really save some money, and you can game with it. Yeah, I was surprised. Now I don't know what. Let me see what. I'm pretty sure it was using the NVIDIA coder. It is. It's using the NVENC. And it set that up automatically. Before, when I tried to do it manually, like on my other machines, it wouldn't work. I just didn't like something in it. But it set it up. It's doing that now. Or it would work, but it would cut out right away. He hates Apple. Rick Beata, I know who you talk about. Said though he hates Apple, he's going to the latest Mac Pro for faster rendering. Now, that would be twice as much as what I spent for here. I would assume they are very expensive, but it comes with some good. At least it had some good, decent video editing software. I believe it came with. I forgot what they called it. But we all know EJ, right? He's an Apple guy, and some of his stuff he bought through the App Store, works on his iPad. Some of his fancy editing he does on that. I don't think they have anything as good. Maybe they do. As good on Google Play as they do on Apple. If you're trying to use some kind of program on Apple to get. But going back to DaVinci Resolve, you can do a lot of things. The downside for like what they have when you do the fancy video editing. If they have a thing in there, it's called Fusion. It's a really steep learning curve, and I haven't messed with that at all because it's going to take a lot of performance, but it should work fine on this new computer. But even just using keyframes, I get confused. Like let's say I want my intro to roll from the left to the center, stay there for a couple seconds, and then roll from the center to the right. You can do all that. Well, I mess up doing it. Or sometimes I'll get it working right. I'm not sure what I'm doing, so I need to take my time and learn that stuff. Yeah, I was going to get a 3600X, but it was like $30 more, or maybe $20 more for the. I think Micro Center really they have the best prices, period. Not on everything, but certainly on CPUs. So I think they had the 3700X for. No, I might be wrong. It might be more. I thought it was 200, and then maybe the 3800X, which I got, was $20 or $30 more. Let me check it out real quick. But Micro Center, and plus when you buy something bundled there, they immediately knock off $30. All right, so I got it. What store do I want to use? Which is Parkville. Okay. All right, computer parts, AMD processors. What? They can't be sold out. They have one processor left. They have a Ryzen 9 3900. No, I don't believe that. Oh, here we go. Available to ship. Oh, they do ship. I didn't think they shipped. All right. The Ryzen 7 3700X, which runs at core stock 3.6, 299.99, 300. I got the 3800X, which was $30 more. And then if I was going to go with Intel, I was real serious about going with an i9, and that would have been a real big jump. That would have been, I think, 450. Let me see what the Intel i9 was going for. 449.99, and which all in all, really, it's not that much difference, but I saved a little bit of money, and then I got good. This is fine. This is come from where I'm. Oh, I forgot. That's what I have. I have an M.2 Samsung eBay 570 NVMe drive, and I only got the 500 gig, which was $90. And I was going to get a 2.5, just another SSD, like a terabyte. They have a house brand of Micro Center. It's really good, and I think they had it for $80. And I couldn't make up my mind because I have a ton of drives lying around, like terabytes and but mechanical ones. So I was going to put that in here. But to me, why would you want to put a mechanical drive? And the guy, yes, so you've heard of Micro Center, Terry? Yeah, it's like you could be in a candy, like a kid in a candy store at that place. I mean, they sell TVs, cameras, and computers, and computer to build pieces and everything. You can't beat that. I'm satisfied. Yeah. But like I said, I was real close. They have a house brand called at Micro Center. It's called, what is it called? Because I can't remember, because I'm old and I can't remember the names of stuff. Let me see. We want products. We want computers and gaming desktops. And let's go AMD or Ryzen desktops. Yeah, they have their own brands that they put together called Power Spec. Well, they put them there. They put the parts in there. So they have this one here, and let me see, it might be sold out now. I don't see it advertised now. They might have sold it out. But they had it was a 3700X, right? It did have the 2070 X2070 NVIDIA card. I can't remember if it was a super, but it had an ASRock motherboard, like a micro ATX motherboard, and I think a Thermaltake power supply. They wanted, I think I was like $12.99, and it came with a 500 gig. I'm pretty sure that came with an NVMe, but I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was a Samsung, but oh, they still have it. Here it is. I got the exact. Yeah, it came. And NVIDIA RTX 2070. No, a super. Mine's not a super, so that's better there. And it came with 16 gigabyte of RAM. I got 32, and it does say here it comes with a terabyte drive. Let me see. I'm not sure what brand. Let me see. It came with NVIDIA. It's not saying what hard drive it came. Oh no, I can see it in a picture. Let me see. Come on. Actually, it's not a micro ATX. It's a full size board. Why is it not saying? No, it looks like it is an NVMe drive in there, or is that slot empty? I can't tell. But anyway, I'm satisfied with what I did. It was fun. It was fun. Hey Dwight, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, Newegg is good, but I don't see where their prices are better. I mean, some things might be. Like I ordered 3 more RGB fans, and actually I had $10 credit, which I didn't know, for using their credit card like a year ago for something. And I got one of their credit cards because I saved like $50, but I paid it off right away. But anyway, I had a $10 credit, so I got these 3 RGB fans, Deep Cool, which is not a bad. They got some good reviews on some of their stuff. They do computer cases, heatsink fans, whatever. So it's like $24 in there. It's going to be. I got this board came with 2 RGB headers and 1 addressable RGB header. What I have in here now, it takes up an RGB header, and I have 1 left, so I'll use that. It's just not addressable RGB, which is the newer technology. Yeah, and like I said, for the last month or so, I've been banging my head what I'm going to do. So, but I have been playing. You haven't seen a lot. I've been messing around with the another brick on the wall, and I get closer and closer and closer to it. I got it sounding pretty way decent, depending on what guitar I'm playing on. But I put one video up there. I was just did a D minor jam. Wasn't necessarily supposed to be that, but I was just incorporating. But I'm trying to get it where it sounds really, really close, and it is starting to sound real close. But somebody, I forgot. Well, I'm not going to mention any names. Somebody was like, I guess he wasn't put me down or everything, but he just said it was a nice try anyway, or something like that. I said I was just doing a D modern jam because I wasn't trying to get exactly close to it. I mean, I didn't say I was doing the. Well, I don't like to say that anyway because of copyright stuff. But I'm trying to get. I've been playing that a lot, really that, and maybe a little bit of American Woman, because I always wanted to do that riff in there, that lead, which is not hard, but I never knew it. I couldn't pick it out of my head, and so I was messing around with that. But it's fun, what little bit I do, This is my band. I'm playing whatever background I find on YouTube. I'm playing against that background, or somebody sends one. Somebody has a guitar challenge. It's fun for me. I have no intentions of playing with a band. Not saying I wouldn't want to jam with somebody sometime. It's been a long time. Well, actually, about a month ago I jammed, but I was there with my friends. We just had acoustic. He's got a couple acoustic guitars. We just picked them up, started jamming a little bit. But I don't need that. I don't need the drama. Yeah, AMD is really I think they made AMD made Intel drop some of their prices somewhat. But some of their prices, AMD's prices are higher than some of the Intel stuff. So, but I just, no one thought they were kind of dead. Well, they got into video cards, and they make nice video cards, but I didn't know had any idea they would get back into making CPUs, because they were still way behind. They were never as fast as Intel's. But like I said, mine will compare to an i7. What's that? 9700 and 9900, a new technology i9. And it will beat it. Some benchmarks it will beat Intel out, but Intel's still doing better on single core stuff. So, but I'm satisfied. I can see a difference in this. Like I said, I want to get another SSD, and I was saying, does it make sense putting a mechanical drive in here? But the guy at the salesman at Guitar Center, he knew what he's talking about. But he goes, you still want to use a mechanical drive. They're still better than SSDs. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I knew some of these. Like, I knew this guy. I used to listen to this guy on the internet a lot, with a lot of different podcasts. He's a hard drive forensic expert. He's brought into court a lot for court cases, right? And I remember when SSDs first came out, he was blasting them. I'm saying, because, with regular platter drives, you can run software. You can tell when it's getting ready to go and stuff like that. Now, this is a while ago now. I don't know how it is with SSDs now. I don't know if you can tell ahead of time, because they do have like a mean time before failure or something like that. But I don't know if they have technology out now that can tell you when it's going to die, but everything I've seen, I got probably 6, 7 PCs in the house, and none of them have I don't use a Platter Drive on them. They all have SSDs in them, and none of them failed on me so far. And I've used mostly Samsung. I think Samsung. I had an OCZ I had once, and some off-brand. I forgot what the name of it was, and I had to update the firmware to get that to work right. And get an old. Got an old i3. I just upgraded a friend. I had the same computer, 10-year-old i3 Logitech, Toshiba laptop. And it's only got 4 gigs of RAM, came with Windows 7. I upgraded to Windows 10. Then I put a SSD in it. You would not believe the speed performance. Even though it won't do the throughput, whatever it is, SATA throughput, whatever. But just because it's a solid state drive, you're going to get a speed on open up programs, when Windows starts. So I put it on because they had Microsoft have these cheap house brand drives. Well, you'll see them on Amazon called Inland, I believe it was. So they got like a 250 gig for like $25. So I bought one. I said, Danny, my friend guy I work with, if you want, I'll on that old PC, So he gave it to me, and in past, and I don't know if you know this, Terry, Windows, if you have Windows 7 and up, you upgraded to Windows 10, it was going to be free, and they stopped at a certain amount of time. Well, it never stopped. If you had a PC, and I don't know how many times I installed Windows 10 on a PC that had Windows 7, it just automatically activated. Well, this one here, he had Windows 7 on it. He never upgraded. It didn't activate. I said, "Oh man, this is the first time I ever had something like that, right?" So, but I read you can use a Windows 7 CD key. So I flipped this Toshiba laptop over, and it's like worn out. I could barely make it out. So the CD code, and I didn't know if it was going to work in it or not, but it did. And so it activated. So it was legal, and So I assume the next time it should automatically, let's say when he updates or if he does a clean install, you would think it should activate, or you should write that code down. But I had this one here. I was going to buy. They have cheap CD keys. You can buy anywhere from $10 to $20 online. So a couple friends of mine, you'll see them. They'll be a sponsor on some tech show or something. A friend of mine. Go check out BrightTech09. Tell them I sent you. But anyway, so I was just going to do one of those. But I got this old this old i5 HP that I inherited, this desktop, right? Has Windows 7 on it. So I see the CD key on there because I'm doing my Windows install, setting it up to do Windows Home, right? This one, it had Pro, right? So so I put the key there, wonder if it's going to work, and it did. And it said we're upgrading you, and it did, and it activated, and everything's good to go. Gary, my camera was going up in this computer. My webcam was going up. It wasn't working right. This old C910. So I went out and bought another webcam, $50. This is older because they had the 922, and which was like $20. It was like $70, and even that's on sale every now and then for $50. But they had this Staples, closeout sale. But I had to have it. I had to order it, and this is a good camera. But I was looking at YouTube some tutorials on fixing webcams. I thought I had a short in there, right? Because I would move it, it would just cut out on me, and so I took it apart today, and everything was tight in there. I just made sure everything was tight. I put it back together, and it's not cutting out on me at all now. So I'm still using the old C910, and it's got decent video. So I'm anxious to see how this video looks when I play it back, because like when you use OBS, when you do the automatic configuring thing, it's using my NVIDIA encoder because I got a high-end NVIDIA graphics card, and so really cool. And this mic here is an old USB ATR 2100. It's a real cheap. It was like I'm pretty sure they still sell them. You get it between $50 and $70, and it was a good cheap podcasting mic, and USB or XLR, but I have it connected to USB right now, and I know I'm reiterating myself for the people that were not in here earlier. So anyway, so I just wanted to do this little stream, get caught up. I'm going to be doing some music stuff. The only thing I wish I knew how to use is a DAW. To get my, of course I got to play the music right too. To get, like you see these recordings people used Pro Tools or something like that, which I have similar stuff, and try to get a good recording out where it sounds like it's a professional recording. That I'm really bad at. That, and I need to learn how to do this fancy video editing. Hence why I got this better computer to enable that. So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, Terry. I got you. Yeah. What's Windows shutting down? Yeah, they're stopping support. I think is it just at January something. It'll still work, but they're not going to do any updates. Did you get it yet, Gary? Did you hook it up? Yeah, I have the Solo. The two you got the better one actually. Have you tried it yet? They're good. They're decent, really decent for not a whole ton of money. But I packed my stuff away. When I put my house up for sale, I thought for some reason we were going to sell it fast. I got my guitars put away. I did pull my Epiphone out, Les Paul. I was playing out last night. Yeah, you'll like that. And now you need to get a better camera, and you'll be good to go. Like I said, I got this for $50, but I bet you can get it. I mean, like go into one of these Facebook groups around your way, and somebody might be selling it for like $30 if you don't mind getting something used. Yeah, I haven't had. I'm the one. As soon as updates come out, I do. People say you gotta wait because 1909 came out for Windows 10 recently, and actually when I put it on the laptop behind me right here, it's hard to see in that picture. Yeah, that laptop right there. That's when I started having problems with this camera. It kept on cutting out on OBS. So I'm assuming it's a short. And then I put it on here, it was working okay. But then one time it did cut out. So I'm thinking it's short in here. But then I took it apart, tightened everything, the connections, put it back together. You can see it's working pretty good right now. And I've showed you, moved all, here, look, I'll move it all around. It's not cutting out. I don't sound, maybe no short. But that's where I do most of my streaming that on that PC there, that laptop, which I have it connected to that 49-inch TV, HDMI TV. And then my Helix is over there, and to the left of that, all the way to the left, at the end of that, my Helix is going into my mixer. And there, look, speaking of Micro Center, where I get all my parts at. Let's see. When they first came to Maryland, they were giving a bunch of stuff away. And XP, oh my gosh. Dwight, are you in the States or are you in Europe? Because XP, you wouldn't even qualify for Windows 7, not the free, not anything off that PC. But they have, like I said, cheap. Yeah, you probably need to upgrade. Terry, I like it, but it was overkill for me. It's not like I'm a professional player, you know what I mean? It was like, I want to sit back a little bit in this stuff. I can't sit back like I can. It's not like I'm a professional. It's not like I'm a professional guitar player. I just play for fun. It was overkill, and just the kind of spur of the moment. I went to Guitar Center with when we all know Frank C. right from the chat rooms. He lives near me, so he came over here. We drove up to Micro Center. So he was looking at the Helix. What's the middle one? The $600 one. And I looked at the floor. So he got the other one, the cheaper one, which they all supposedly work on the same engine anyway. But and mine, it was like $1,400. I couldn't imagine it. Actually, it was more than that. But they, Guitar Center, they always send you coupons in the mail or percentage off coupons or whatever. So I spent like 14 something for it. I mean, it's fine, but I'm just using somebody else's. I don't make my own patches. I just download some. If you go on a Line 6 site, and then you can buy some from Eric, Music and Gear TV. He I don't know if he's exactly a spokesman. I think he is a spokesman for Line 6 anyway, but he sells some really good patches. So I just use one of his more than anything, and I don't hardly ever stomp. That's it. Yeah, I'm old. I can't remember. I'm just forgetting everything. Certain things I don't want to remember, I'm remembering all the time, and other things I want to remember, I can't. But yeah, it was overkill because I still, I have that THR 10X. I play it upstairs, and like I said, I just been using. I had my cheap Ibanez. I have a $150 Ibanez. I forgot what the model number is, 120X or something like that, and it plays good actually. But I popped a string on it, and I got a lot of guitar strings, and again, I packed all those away. I got them sealed up in boxes. But anyway, so I pulled my my Epiphone Les Paul out, which is way better than that. That's the one I upgraded with Pearly Gates. So I was playing with that last night, man, and on that THR 10X. Oh my gosh, it sounded good. Really, really good. iPhones are great, especially if you get a new one. They're really good. Now I hope my wife doesn't listen to this. I've never had an iPhone, an Apple product, right? Every few years I get her a couple several years buy her a tablet, like a Android tablet, Samsung, decent tablet. So she kind of hinted around she wanted another tablet, or hers was slowing down, But I saw the iPads, just the plain iPads, and they're new ones for like $239, and I got one. So that's why I got that for my wife. So we have to learn how to use an Apple product. I never had an Apple product. We'll see what the difference in on that. I mean, all she's going to do is browse and Facebook. Yep. Yeah, I felt. Yep. Chad is really good too. Yeah, Chad. I mean, Eric helped me out a lot. He sent me a lot of emails on stuff, and probably who helped me the most was even Frank C. He helped me with a lot of stuff, and he just got it too. But he read up on it, and but really it's not difficult. But my stuff sounds like crap when I make my own patches. Yeah, I know. You're exactly right. Right about that, Terry. But Dave R. from Dave R. Guitars, he helped me a lot. He really helped me a lot. It's like intimidating when you first get it, and then doing the updates, which there's probably been about 10 updates since I got it, which is nothing to do. It's if you're a computer guy, you're not gonna have a problem. But Don, Don in here, what does he go by? Don. Three chord jams, who I met too. He lives not too far from me, and we met at Micro Center about four months ago or so. Well, he went out. He had all this money. Inherited all this money. He bought a Les Paul like mine, the Les Paul Standard with the Blue Burst or Blueberry Burst, which no one likes but me and him, because it has those dip switches you can change and for 80,000 different sounds, but you don't have to. It still sounds good. Anyway, but he got the Helix 2 floor too, and I'm trying to help him, and because he's just not a computer guy, and he gets really frustrated easy. So I think he called Line 6 and had them, I'm not sure if they remoted in to do his updates or something for him, but I offered to help him, but yeah, but they're really, at one time, Terry, I think iPhone had the best video quality out there, video, camera and video. But now I guess Samsung or Android has caught up with them. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm good now. I mean, I get my updates, and like I said, I stick with that one patch that I got from Eric. I just keep that on all the time. It sounds good to me. But then again, like I said, I was using my TRGR 10X last night, and for all what I do, that's all I need. I really didn't need this, and I still got. What I still have? I haven't booted up a long time. Here, check this out. And I might sell some of my stuff. I have this. I think you can see my Boss Katana 100. I haven't had that plugged up in a while. And I have a little Black Star ID Core 10 on the other side, 10 watt. Why do I need all this stuff? I'm retiring. But I was looking to get a better monitor too for this, because I got this Asus monitor. It was given to me by my daughter's boyfriend, but it's like kind of dull. It's okay, but I might get like an IPS panel, whatever they call it, one of the better monitors. Yeah, there's plenty of help if you want to. But when I first got back into playing, I bought a couple PV Vipers, and I bought two of them. A friend of mine he played in the band. His broke, so I sold mine real cheap, and I got another one. But I hated that amp. I just hated that. Now it's probably a good amp if you're going to hook up pedals and stuff like that, but I didn't like any of the built-in effects. They were terrible. I guess either you loved it or hate it. But so I sold the second one. But I had some good PV had some good stuff back in the day. Like they had a tube amp called I had a Deuce. I don't know if anybody remembers the Deuce. Now I'm talking about the really early '80s, and it had a couple tubes in there, and it was good, but it still wasn't quite loud enough. But it was a good amp, better than that. And the Viper 2 wasn't that bad. It's just I probably didn't know how to use it, and you were getting good sounds out of it. So, all right, I'm going to cut this off now, and because I love football, I love NFL football, and I'm going to watch the game. I think it's Dallas and Chicago, but I am a Ravens fan. I am a Ravens fan, and they are picked to win the Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback. Who knew? Yeah, like I said, I think the Viper would have been good. I don't have any effects, but I bet you it would be a great amp for that, putting some effects in there. So, all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Who was in here: Terry, Gussie, Dwight. I see Music Therapy, Laz, and Gary Thorlander, and I'm going to miss people because I'm slow. Brian was in here earlier, so thanks for stopping by. I'm all giddy with this new computer, and I can't wait to get my 3 other fans and get another SSD in here, which I don't really need. Like I said, I have a ton of mechanical drives around. So, guys, have a good night and a good weekend. I got to work Saturday, probably next Saturday, probably every Saturday until the end of the year. So, everybody take it easy, and we shall see you later. And be kind to one another. Bye.